Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. This is Dylan with Tucson Future Classics, and that is our 2008 Toyota FJ Cruiser. If you're looking at a lifted and modified 08 FJ Cruiser, you already know what you're looking at underneath. The underpinnings are the same as the 4Runner, the Land Cruiser Parado, or the GX460. You've got the 4-liter 1GR FE V6 up front, making 240 horse, 280 foot-pounds of torque, and it'll do that till the sun dies. This one has the automatic transmission in it, and it's got the upgraded cooling for the 5,000-pound tow package. Now, as for maintenance and this thing's history, Carfax shows a ton of maintenance being done on this over its life, and it's a lifetime Southwestern truck. Registrations and work have always been done in like West Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, that kind of thing. And in the past 2 years, this had quite a bit of preventative maintenance work done right here in Tucson at both Garrigan's and Quebedeaux. This one's got about 173,000 miles, and now that all that's out of the way, let's get into the fun stuff. Factory, this came optioned with the brush guard, the roof rack, TRD Pro catback exhaust, a 400-watt inverter, and that 5,000-pound tow package. Now, what's been done to this? I'll start right here. Integrated KC daylighters. There's a switch for these on the dash. These trail lights are bright. But under here, here's the good stuff. So, that right there, that Pro Comp, that's the K5067B full 6-inch suspension and chassis lift. So you got subframes, new poly bushings, all the reds there. Even goes all the way back, and I'll climb underneath this thing to show you more. But Rancho 9000 series adjustable shocks on all four corners. Part of that lift kit is that upgraded and reworked front steering knuckle, which really helps dial in the geometry when this is lifted. Oh. And this thing is rolling on 18-inch Pro Comp Extreme wheels with about the biggest of the big you can get. 35, 12.5, 18 BFG TA KO2s. You don't get much better than that for off-roading. So, beyond the suspension, you've got these upgraded fender flares, helping with those tires from slinging mud and rocks and crud. Dual tubular rock sliders running down the sides of it, and these are actually pretty integral to the frame here too. As you see, those are meant to actually take a hit. Those aren't steps, those are full-blown rock sliders. Coming around to the back, same thing with those Pro Comps there, and matching fender flares. Now, as I get myself down on the ground again, show you one other cool, well, two other cool things. This has got that hitch on it, 6-pin because of the integrated trailer brake controller up underneath. And right there, those are Airlift 1000 adjustable load leveling helper bags, which are controlled by an under driver's seat mounted inside air pump with a switch on the dash. The rear on this is a Cooper Discovery, but this does have, we get in there nice and tight. See those back there? That's a Warrior Products spacer designed to allow a full 35, 12.5, 18 to sit mounted on the back, so you can have a full-size matching mounted spare. Now, obviously, 173,000 miles, Southwestern truck. The UV is burned through some of the clear coat. You've got Sierra pinstriping on the doors here. And you got a couple of dents and scratches. But you know what you're not going to do? You're not going to care about that, because this thing is meant to be 60 miles from anywhere, just bombing down a dirt road or crawling up the side of the mountain, and you're just going to be happy as can be doing that. You can run over mesquite bushes or, smoke bushes or bash through brush, do whatever you want to do. This is going to get you wherever you want to go, and honestly, probably quite a few places you probably ought not to go. So let's get inside of this thing and look at some more stuff. Hold this thing pretty far above my head as I walk around here, but I want to give you all a good clear look at a pretty tidy and fairly unmolested engine bay here in this FJ. As we prepped it for sale, we did all the usual fluids and filters all the way around, to make sure it's nicey nice for its next owner, but just clean, tidy, typical V6 Toyota underneath. Out back, I'll show you quick. The glass does lift. Key in, turn to release and hold. It pops, and this spacer does allow it to clear, as I drop it back on myself, does allow it to clear this tire. A 35 might not quite clear, but always cool when the glass actually works. Key out, opens wide on open. These ones do have the little locker here, so you pull it to lock it, so this can't shut on you. Push it to unlock when you're ready to go back in. Up in the back here, you've got the outlet for that 400 watt inverter. You've got rubber floor mats. In the back here, there is still the original recovery gear, that high lift bottle jack, and the actual like tire iron and stuff is all up in there. This is just a little storage pocket. And these seats do fold very nearly completely flat, and they have that heavy duty rubberized load backing on them. So you can flip the back seats forward, the seat bottoms, and then those come down and you have a nearly level floor. I'll have pictures of that in the actual video, or in the actual listing. Instead of showing you pictures in the listing, I'll show you how to do it live. So you open suicide doors on this thing. This handle is here, pull forward, out it comes. All you got to do is grab this here, seat comes forward like that, push that button, that comes down, and both of these will lay nearly flat. This is a little bit higher than back there, but again, it's reinforced heavy duty plastic, so you can really put some weight and throw some stuff back here. Back of the FJ with the suicide doors shut, you'll see there is in fact room for some people back here. You've got a water bottle pocket there and another big deep storage pocket down below. Again, probably good for an even bigger water bottle. You've got fairly good knee room. Flip this around quick and you'll see gut room, knee room, head room, and I'm 270 pounds and 6'1". So there's only one problem back here, and I'll flip the camera around. This is your handle here. You as a backseat passenger cannot get out of this particularly easily. What you really need is help from a friend up front. Because you pop this, that comes open, then you can knock that door wide open. One other good thing back here, it does have child seat anchors, both driver and passenger side. So you can lock the kiddos down in here and they will stay pretty well put. It's even got curtain airbags on all of its pillars. You know, little extra safety in this thing. Climb into the driver's seat. I want to show you guys. That down there is that in-cab mounted air compressor for those helper air shocks out back. Now, let's get in. There we go. So now we're in, fire it up, I'll run you through everything. So down here is your integrated pressure gauge for those airlift shocks. This red switch kicks on the compressor. See as the air pressure starts to build, and if it reaches too much, you can air it down right with that guy there. This switch here are for those KC Daylighter trail lights up front. You've got power windows, power door locks, power mirrors here. Simple gauge cluster, but it's got pretty good instrumentation, tach, speedo, volts, fuel, and your temp. Odometer right there, 172,500 miles. Up here on top, got a little storage cubby, and in there right now I have the remote control for that aftermarket head unit. You've got compass, temperature, and your inclinometer there. Cruise control is down here. Over here in the center, this is that aftermarket head unit. If you go to the home screen, you can see it has got a bunch of different options on how to port media in. CML Play is basically Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. You have to go into your developer settings on your phone, but you can wire into that and it will actually screen mirror. And it even shows you how to do it depending on what kind of phone you have. Kind of cool. Send that back to the home screen. So as you go back, You can always back out there. You've got FM, music, auxiliary, Bluetooth, all that fun stuff. Down below that, you've got your simple, nice, big, chunky HVAC controls. How hard you want it, how hot you want it, and where you want it. Below all of that, there's that trailer brake controller for the tow package. And then you've got diff lock, A-track, which is a advanced traction control system that more aggressively brakes each wheel as it slips, kind of working as a pseudo limited slip diff, especially good up front. This kicks on that inverter up back, and these are your parking sensors. You've got auxiliary in there, 12-volt cigarette lighter there. Four-wheel drive lever there, bolt action, down, back for high, over and up for low. Boom. Gear shift here, simple. Park, reverse, neutral. Drive is to the right. Fourth, third, second, and then back and over. Locks you down into low gear or first gear. Let's see what else we got. Decent sized cup holders in this thing, and you've got the inserts to handle, you know, to make it easier to clean or handle different size cups. Pretty deep center storage area there with a little divider, and here in the glove box is the bag with, well, under it is our dealer plate, but all of the Toyota factory books, the warranty sheet for the airlift, and the card from the Warrior Spacer on it, as well as the wheel locks. You can see it's a little bit tinted in here, keeps it nice, and you've got 4, count them, 4 sun visors to keep the sun out. That one even has a little mirror for the passenger. And one of what I think is one of the coolest things in this, a callback to the old FJ40, 3 windshield wipers. How many cars got 3 wipers? Other than that though, let's go for a drive. All right, I'm gonna be kind of quiet here as we leave the parking garage, so just you know, I'm gonna shut my mouth so you can open your ears and listen to the suspension and everything as we go through here with all of the, you know, bumps and noises the suspension could be making, especially how everything echoes through these parking garages. One thing I want to note though, the mirrors on this are pretty decent, and those wide angle fisheyes on the driver and passenger side really help with visibility in here. And even with that bigger oversized rear mounted on the spare, you can still see pretty good out of that rear view mirror. So let me take a little bit more air out of these bags, since there's no additional weight on the back of it. Let's head down. And yes, this does fit handily in this 8'2" parking garage with really no vertical clearance issues. In the actual listing, I will have its clearance height to the top of the roof rack, just as a little bit more information for you all. For the last little downhill here, I'm going to go ahead and make it not shift. Pop it all the way into low. Keep it in first. Maybe make it make a little noise for you. How this thing drives in a more urban setting, it's between 25 and 30. Windows up. You'll see as I hit the brakes and move the suspension here, it's a little bit floaty, but you'd expect that from something with softer shocks for better articulation off-road. So even if I hit the brakes a little bit here, you'll see it nosedives a little, and it leans a little bit when we turn, but it drives quite nice. Since the world isn't all trails, sometimes you gotta get on the highway to get where you want to go. Let's see how she does at speed. Well, there's your typical West Coast highway speed, 70 to 75. And as soon as we get a gap here in traffic, I'll get on over that middle lane, set the cruise, and see just how smooth she is. Actually, let's take it all the way over to the left. All right, there's your typical 75-mile-an-hour cruise. Cruise control is set. That is really good for a lifted vehicle on big tires. No vibration, no reel shudder, no death wobble. It's just doing its thing. Show you there's nothing hiding in the suspension or brakes, even spinning these big 35s. Let's do a quick 0 to 40 to 0. Holy crap. Okay. There's 40. ABS right to a stop. Wow, that's good. Thing on driving this, I'm in reverse. There's a Subaru not too far behind me, but I'm backing into a spot and it's kind of hard to judge. The sensors do a great job in here. In fact, they do that good of a job. That was our 2008 lifted FJ. If you want to make an appointment to come see this thing, all of our contact information is linked in the description below, and in just a second, our phone number will be on screen for easier calling or texting. As always, I've been Dylan. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.